Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of tutorial where we'll be working on one of the tool in AutoCAD, which is the hatch tool. So we'll be demonstrating on how to utilize the hatch tool. The hatch tool can be found in the ribbon bar. This is the hatch tool. So you have different hatch patterns. When you click on the hatch tools, it brings you some options such as the patterns. If you want it to be in pattern, a solid form or gradient or user defined. User defined means you want to customize. You also have the color of the hatch pattern you want, and also you have the hatch transparency. Maybe you want to hatch and you want it to be a transparent hatch. There's also an option for that. We have the angle. If you want the hatch pattern to be in an angular form, then we have the scale. Scale means you want it to be small or big. So we'll be demonstrating. These are the hatch patterns. On patterns now, this is for solid and these are for patterns. And we have gradients also. This is the gradients now. These are gradients. So we have different hatch patterns for concretes, for roofs, hardcore, glass, grass. It all depends on what you are trying to showcase graphically, because these are graphics patterns which we use in designs. Okay, now we'll demonstrate on how to hatch some of these elements we have on this drawing. First, we'll go by the roof now. Okay, also the shortcut for hatching is H. So once you press H, it comes out. So for instance now, let's say we want to just give this particular join some hatch pattern. So I want to use the solid pattern now. For the solid pattern, there's no need for you to use the scale. So it's because since it's going to be solid filled, so everything is going just to be filled evenly. So there are two ways you can select space. Is either you pick up the points or you select. Picking up points means maybe for instance I don't have a polyline. For instance, I just want to pick up these points. So, but for example, if I have a polyline, for instance, let me use a rectangle now. Let me say a line in loop, and I want to hatch it. So that's when I'll click on the select, because when you click on the select, okay, you see, this is the select because it's in loop. So the difference is now is if you have a loop line which is closed, you can use your select. But if the line is not, maybe they are disjointed, just like this now, it's just a normal line. So they are disjointed, so you cannot use select. You will just pick up the space. So let me use the shortcut H. So I will use that of pick points. So I will give it a color. Okay, let me just give it this color. So this is it. Once you click on it, you click enter. So you see I've successfully hatched this casework now on this building. So let me also hatch. Okay, now I want to use a pattern now. I want to use pattern. I want to hatch the roof. So we have different patterns for roof. This is AR RSHKE is a roof pattern. So you see now is the angle is 0. So already is in 90 degrees. So I don't need to work on the angle or anything. You can decide to change the color if you want. So let me just change the color to, let me say gray now. Okay, now you see. So you choose this place also. You can choose to hatch differently. I will show you now what I mean by hatching differently. You see, once you check now, they are all is all selecting everything. So if you don't want to hatch at the same time, you can hatch differently. So let me delete this and let me hatch differently. This is what I mean. Okay. So you see, once you enter, then you hatch again. So as you can see, if you are selecting, it's hatching differently. Also on the scale, you can assign a scale. Now it's in 1. I can decide to put it at 2, or let me say 5. Enter. You see, it's bigger. So the bigger the scale, the bigger it will show. So let me take it to 1. I think I'm okay by the hatch pattern for 1, or either I'll take it to 0.5. You see 0.5. So can take it to 0.5. Hatch. Okay, you can change 0.5 and you have your hatch pattern. Okay, select 0.5. So this is the hatch for the roof. Okay, let's now use gradients now. Example of gradients. I want to hatch the glasses, the window glasses. So I would like to use gradient for that. Enter, that is for the shortcuts. So you can either select from here if you want gradient. So it will take you automatically to the gradient. These are different type of gradients now. You can also customize your own gradient because we have yellow and blue now. You can decide to change it to what you like. You see, it's giving me orange and yellow. So it all depends on what you want on the gradient also. So I would like to, let me see, which one we are choosing. Let me take it to the blue. Okay, now we'll see. Okay, let me use this now. So this is for the gradients now, as you can see. So I'm trying to hatch. Also for the gradients, there is no space like putting up a scale because it is also like the field solid. So you see, you can add up the gradients. You can also pick points or select. Yes. So let me see if this is in a loop pool. Okay, it's already, this is in a block form. So for this sense, let me create a rectangle so that I can use the pick point, the select. Okay, let me take it to gradients now. Gradients. Okay, I'll select now. This is select. So you see. Also, there is an option to remove. For instance, you want to remove now. So you click on it, remove, remove. So you see, you can add up and remove your hatch patterns. So I will continue using the gradients now. Then also I will demonstrate that for the angle so that we can be conversant with that also. So I can hatch gradient, okay, let me continue using pick points. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, so let me demonstrate that for the angle now. I would like to use the tool. Also, one of the tools we'll discuss, which we'll use, is the move and the copy. So let me copy now. You select, then you copy. This is a copy tool, or CO is copy. So to move also, you move, or you use M to move. So I'll delete this so that I will use the aluminium corrugated roof, the pattern. You can also achieve that by using some of the patterns here. Okay, like this one now. So let me increase the scale. That's why you're not seeing it. Let me say 10. Okay, still small. Let me see. So it depends on you'll be checking, you'll be making some settings with your scale. Let me say 20 now. Okay. Okay, I think 20 is a bit okay. So, but you see, this is what I'm saying now. For the scale, the fall has to be straight. So you click on it and you change the angle. Let me say I give it 45. So you see, it's straight. So this is how I am achieving my aluminium corrugation. You see. So it depends on how you want the angle to show. You see now it's in 45. This is how I want it. So you can use different hatch pattern to achieve what you want. Have the earth. This is on the earth. Shows the pattern. These are dots. So there are different hatch patterns which you can use. Also, one of the tools we'll be using now is the mirroring tool. You select, this is the mirror tool. So it's asking us to specify length, point of mirror line. So you see, then when you click enter, it's now asking you now to either delete, you want to have a copy or not. So you see, you make sure that you're looking at the display window for anything you want to do. So to specify the second point for the mirror. Okay, this is the second point. Now it's telling you now erase source object. If you want it to erase this one now, once you click yes, it will erase this and leave this. But when you say no, it's going to keep both. So here I'm going to say yes. Either you press Y or N. So or you click here. It depends on which one you want. So Y. Yes, so it's erasing this. So as you can see, it's mirrored and it's erased. So also we'll be using the rotate tool. Okay, rotate RO or this. The shortcut for mirror is MI. RO rotate. So it's asking you now to specify base points. So you see, you can rotate. This is 90 degrees. You can also enter your angle, whichever angle you want. So you see, I'm rotating. So this is it being rotated. So that is that. You can also rotate back. Okay, your snap settings is on, so it's easier for you to have your angles, or you can easily enter your angles. So these are part of the few tools that we can utilize in AutoCAD. So in the next episode, we'll be talking about the trim, the fillet, the array, and the offset tool. Make sure you like and you subscribe and stay tuned to our next video. Thank you.